I'm James McEvoy, and I'm a teaching-focused professor and head of the Department of Biological Sciences here at Royal Holloway. I started in the scholarship of teaching and learning in a very discipline-specific sort of way. I trained as a chemist and I teach in a biology department, and that gives me a niche as a guy who teaches chemistry to people who wanted to learn about biology. So I designed some teaching tools to do that. The most recent was a card game that students can play to learn how proteins bind to smaller compounds. It's a practical way of measurably boosting student learning in a particular aspect of biological chemistry. I publish these tools in disciplinary journals and speak about them at conferences, and it's good to know when they've been used by chemistry teachers in similar situations to mine. Another strand of my work has been using educational technology to improve both student learning and teaching efficiency. That led me to a student response system that emerged from Harvard University, software I adopted and studied when I moved to a flipped classroom a number of years ago. In 2019, I took a sabbatical to create a free online course in biological energy. I've run it several times since, and it's been taken by thousands of students. When the pandemic hit and everyone moved to remote learning, I used my experience to train colleagues on how to teach online. That's one of the reasons I was able to become our first teaching-focused head of department a few years later. Finally, I've become increasingly interested in how to eliminate demographic awarding gaps, often known as achievement or attainment gaps. This interest grew out of my work for the Office for Students on their pilot for a subject-level teaching excellence framework. With a colleague from Kingston University, I co-founded the Bioscience Awarding Gap Network. We maintain a library of pedagogical resources and organise events to help bioscience teachers adopt inclusive methods of teaching and student support. Out of this developed our school-wide peer mentoring pilot scheme, Pimentos, which has supported our first years in their transition to undergraduate study. All three strands of my work, based respectively on my discipline, on educational technology, and on pedagogical inclusion, have, I hope, been valuable to Royal Holloway, and they've certainly brought me professional satisfaction. If you are thinking of going into a teaching-focused career in higher education, I recommend it, and I wish you good luck on your journey.